Hey traders, it's Danielle. Welcome to the free video. So tonight I'm going to be talking about the laggards. So over the course of the last year, we've really seen the Russell and IYT lagging behind the NASDAQ and the S&P. A couple different ways that we quantify that are number one, we haven't even been able to make a new high in the Russell over the course of this year. Not even by a long shot, right? You also have this kind of reverse head and shoulders pattern setting up. And then you also have the fact that when the other indexes were making new highs, even in July, this index was not even able to make a higher high on the year, much less a new high overall. You also have the fact that you're under key areas of resistance that you haven't been able to breach through. And so you have the VMA right here. You also have quite a bit of fib levels that come in between the 1530 area and about 1575. So right now, I'm in the spot where it is a little bit aggressive to start shorting it here just because a more conservative area to short would be at the higher zone. However, because we're in a state in the market where the NASDAQ and the S&P are pretty overbought, along with the strongest indexes, and because this lagging index is showing up with a squeeze, it just strikes me as a spot where we need to start adding short positions. And so the way that I'm doing that is I'm doing it in IWM. So the first thing that I'm looking at is I'm placing some unbalanced butterflies right here at this key area of resistance. You can see this area of resistance. It comes in about 152. And so with this level right here, if you start getting into this and you start buying some unbalanced call flies, 149, 152, 155, something like that, you have +1, you're selling 3 of these, and then you're buying 2 of these. And so what that does is it makes your short strike right at the key area of resistance, and you're looking at theta decay as IWM stays under this level. Now, the next thing that I'm looking at is I'm looking for IWM to actually trade lower. Now, typically I'm going to add that once I get a little bit more confirmation that it's actually trading lower. Whereas with the unbalanced fly, you want to add it while it's going bid. And the reason why you want to do that is because then you can get the unbalanced fly for a credit, which is going to give your trade a better risk to reward situation. But once I start seeing a trigger to the downside, which would look like a 30-minute moving average cross, which we haven't gotten yet, I'm going to add some bearish put flies that are going to target right around this zone, 147 to 148. Now, the next piece of this that I'm looking at is IYT. So the transports have also been lagging. Yes, it was up 2% today, but I'm looking at this as being a fake out move. Because we're running into a key area of resistance, because we're overbought, because it's been lagging all year, and because a lot of the key components of the transports haven't actually been strong. It's really just been a couple different components that have been strong, and for that reason, I'm looking for this to start to roll over. Now, one can look at a lower time frame chart and say, well, it's not rolling over, it's trading higher. Yes, that's correct. What I'm doing is I'm waiting for this to start rolling over, and it's at that point that I'm going to start adding some bearish trades to trade this to the downside. And again, I'm going to target at least the 185 area. Ideally, if I could target 180, that would be great. But at the very minimum, I think targeting 185 on a short-term basis would be amazing. So that's what I'm going for. If you want to learn more about these type of trades, please join me in my webinar tomorrow night. You can check this out by going to simplertrading.com/leverage. Sign up, and I will see you there tomorrow. I'm going to talk all about what I've been doing to trade in this type of market environment, these exact trades, and more. So I hope to see you there. And beyond that, I'll see you in the next episode.